successful people. And what that means for TFT is that you need to identify what you want from TFT in the long and short term. Some players play for fun, some players play for a challenge, some people play because they are challenged. Whatever the reason is, you need to align your actions with your goal. So let's say your goal is to hit a certain rank, whether it be gold, diamond, or challenger. There are many ways to approach this based on mainly your current rank and how much time there is left in the set. If it is early on in the set, you should focus your learning for the long term. It's okay to lose rating and not win a lot of games because you are purposely trying out new things or taking each game to learn as much as possible rather than trying to win immediately. For example, if there is an augment that you normally are afraid to take because 1, you either don't know how to use it, or 2, you've never taken it before, I suggest that you take it if you're in a good spot where it actually makes sense. Even though you'll likely lose this game because of all the reasons stated before, by playing with this augment during a time where you've heard it's good to take it, you'll actually learn how and why to use it so that later on in the set, when you do see it again, you already got your practice rep in and you'll know exactly what to do and actually add it to your TFT repertoire. You might not use it every time it shows up, but at least now you have a new tool that you can use whenever. However, if it is late in the set, you do not have time to do all this. Like, you might be able to do it for like 1 augment, but not for like 50 of them. So if you want to climb and it's late in the set, you should just stick with what you know for immediate results and master the finer details of what you already know. For example, if you are playing one comp every single game, no matter what, and you know a lot about that comp, you should just keep playing it. But you can use each game to learn minor details more about your comp, such as changing unit positionings to figure out how each unit interacts differently on each square, instead of just defaulting to a standard position that you see on a guide site such as bunnymuffins.lol/meta. Of course, there are many other minor details you can learn, but I'm just giving this as one example. Whatever it is, though, you need to set a goal and figure out what the best way to get there is, and sometimes working backwards is the best way to achieve that. That way, all your actions can line up to get to that desired goal. Now that we have the pseudoscientific stuff out of the way, let's focus on actual in-game tips and mistakes. The first I'm going to cover is going to be reroll comps and vertical trait comps. Both of these are very good for beginners, and I recommend them all the time because they are very linear and very simple to play without much deviation in your overall strategy as the game progresses. However, once you get higher and higher, reliance on reroll and trait comps can be the bane of your existence. This is not to say you should never play them, but I think oftentimes they can be a crutch. This is because the power level of reroll and trait comps are directly correlated with their strength on that particular patch and the strength of the spot you have for it. The first part is easy. If a comp is listed in the S or A tier, it's definitely playable. But the second part is much trickier because many players just hard force these comps even if they do not have a good spot for it, just because they think the comp is good and see that other players think it's good. And then when they play it, they don't know why they don't hit the 3-star of the unit they need or any of the trait units that are very important. The reason why this happens is because players are going for these comps without actually meeting all the requirements of the comps beforehand. They just see like a trait augment and then something clicks in their brain and then they just hard force it right away. But there's more requirements than just having like a +1 emblem. And this changes for every single comp. I wish it were as simple as seeing the augment and having a bunch of champions for that comp and then hard forcing it from that spot. But unfortunately, you also have to understand priority of champions along with other requirements. For example, some reroll comps really shine if you have an artifact item and are horrible if you don't. So unless you get the 3-star unit for free, and I mean literally without rolling, it's best not to play that comp without meeting both the unit and artifact item requirement. For trait comps, such as 7 Anima or 7 Street Demon, some will absolutely need a +1 emblem, while others are less reliant on it. Some may like high resource games, such as Nico's Portal, because they're reliant on getting to level 9 and getting a legendary unit, and the 1-star legendary of that particular comp is enough to carry the entire game. Other comps are better in low resource games because they can stabilize easily with like a 3 cost and then slowly transition into their 4 costs. With that in mind, how do you learn what a good and bad spot is? Well, if a comp is in the S+ tier, it's safe to say you can force this comp from pretty much any spot as long as your items are somewhat usable. If it's just like a regular S tier or a low S tier or even like a high A tier comp, then you probably need both your items and units to synergize for it to work. For example, in an Anima Squad comp, if you have none of the Anima units but you get offered Anima Squad Emblem Augment, you probably should not go for that comp if it's not S plus tier, because you simply don't have a spot for it. However, if it is S plus, then yeah, sure, go for it. But how do you know if something is S plus or just regular S or even low S? Well, there are guides for it. I do rank every comp and list out the requirements every single week on my website, but you also need to get a feel for it on your own through experimentation, which is why I started the video to get you thinking about the end goal. If you have a lot of time to experiment, you can figure out exactly what spots you are comfortable with in each comp, and if you don't, then maybe you just want to stick to the comps that you already know. Next, let's talk about execution of your strategy. We all know that you need to go to level 8 and play around 4 costs and level 9 to play around 5 costs in a lot of your games, but what about before that? The early game definitely does matter, and the most fixable mistake I see is players not playing around their item holders properly. This is not as simple as reading what a good item holder is in a comp guide, because every game will be different. And that's okay, because I'll give you some rules to follow to know what type of units can carry your team and how to play around them. First, let's look at stage 2. You either want a win streak or lose streak in stage 2, and if you do not have a 2-star tank and or a 2-star damage dealer with items that work on them, you should not even consider win streaking. However, if you do, then obviously go ahead and play around them. With that in mind, item priority matters a lot. In the early game, you need to strike a balance between winning now and making items that actually work on your eventual late game carries. Let's take techies for example. Brand is the 4-cost unit of that comp, and he really likes items such as Spear Shojin, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Guard Breaker. These items are good because he gets a lot of AP from the Techie trait, he gets his casting ability from his Spear Shojin, he gets critical strike from Jeweled Gauntlet, and then he gets damage amplification from Guard Breaker. This build makes a lot of sense. However, in the early game, who are the best item holders for all his items? And also, what items should you even build in the early game? So if we look at the 1-cost techies such as Seraphine and Zyra, these are typically going to be the item holders in the early game. However, you don't want to build stuff like Jeweled Gauntlet and Guard Breaker on them, because these two items are not that great in the early game because they're multiplier items. Jeweled Gauntlet allows your spells to crit, and Guard Breaker gives you a bunch of damage amplification. Obviously, there are many uses of these items, and if you do end up building them in the early game, there definitely are situations where that's fine, but you really want to focus on items that are actually helpful in the early game. And that's why it's better to build a Spear Shojin early rather than these two other items, because the power curve of Spear Shojin is much more flat, meaning that the power curve is a bit more even throughout the early and late game. But who do we put this Spear Shojin on? Do we put it on Zyra or do we put it on Seraphine? Out of these two units, Seraphine is going to be the better item holder because Zyra is more of a support unit. If you read her ability, she sends out a stun, and because of that, she's more of a support unit because Seraphine's ability is more pure damage. However, does that mean you always put Brand's items on Seraphine and never on Zyra? No, of course not, because if Zyra's 2-star and Seraphine's 1-star, you would always put the Spear Shojin on your Zyra. Then, once you do hit the 2-star Seraphine, you use your item remover and then swap the item back onto Seraphine. Since we get item removers every single stage, you should be using them without sweating too much about missing them later on. But back to Brand though, we usually build the 3 damage items on Brand, and one other thing to consider is, what about the support items in the comp? Because oftentimes, a lot of comps, they have a primary carry and a secondary carry. So you might have a unit in the backline with a Morel Namicon and a Static Shiv. However, since we know that Seraphine's a better item holder for Brand over Zyra, should we split up items in the early game on both Seraphine and Zyra? Let's say we only have a Static Shiv and a Spear Shojin. Should we put one on Zyra, one on Seraphine? That way, once we do build the Jeweled Gauntlet and Guard Breaker, we can drop that on Seraphine and then have the Static Shiv on someone else. And the answer to that is no. What you should be doing instead is stacking all your items on one unit, if they make sense, of course, because in the early game, you simply do not have enough items to itemize all your units. So if you do end up having a Spear Shojin and Static Shiv, you want to put those both onto Seraphine. That way, she gets all the stats and she's able to pump out as much damage as possible. But typically, 1-cost units are great for Stage 2 and early parts of Stage 3, However, once you get to the later parts of stage 3, you definitely want to focus on either a 2-cost carry or a 3-cost carry. So that's where something like Veigar comes in. You probably want to swap the items from the Seraphine over onto Veigar, and maybe you have another item at that point too. Then you might want to skip 3-cost because both the techie 3-costs are Mordekaiser and Fiddlesticks, both of which don't really use Spear Shojin that well. So you might want to skip to like a 1-star brand or a 2-star brand if you're very lucky. Of course, techies is just one mere example. There are a lot of other comps that do it differently. Some comps have a very good 3-cost item holder, but horrible 1 and 2-cost item holders. So you might need to switch things up a little bit compared to this example. But hopefully, whenever you play a comp, you need to understand which units are able to hold all the items, and also how to progress it from a 1-cost to a 2-cost to a 3-cost to a 4-cost, and whether you need to skip any of the stages. Of course, there are other units that you can use that are not techies that can also hold these items. For example, if you have a 1-star Zyra and Seraphine in the early game, but you do have a 2-star Morgana, since she's a Divinicore, she can easily hold on to whatever item you want because Divinicore is pretty splashable in any build. But of course, all these little random examples will be learned once you really study deep into a comp. Next, I want to talk about 2 crucial leveling mistakes I see. The first happens on stage 2-1 at pretty much the start of the game, and the other is deciding whether to stay level 8 or go level 9. I do cover this in a lot more detail in my leveling guide, so check out the description below for that, but I see a ton of errors at these 2 decision points, and they probably are the most critical decisions you can make in your game, because going to level 4 or staying level 3 on stage 2-1 pretty much dictates your entire economy until stage 4. And while everyone knows that you either want a win streak or lose streak in stage 2, so if you have a lot of upgrades and good items, the answer to this question is pretty easy. Like, obviously you just level up and you'll have a pretty good time win streaking for most of the stage. However, if you have no upgrades, no buildable items, no synergies between your units, it's quite easy to know to just stay level 3 and econ and go for a lose streak instead. But what about every other situation? Well, to know that, you need 3 things: good fundamentals, good patch knowledge, and good scouting. For fundamentals, such as knowing how leveling odds work, you can sometimes in stage 2 do what's called a delayed win streak, where you stay level 3, find your upgrades for the next turn because of increased 1-cost odds, and then level up after that and go on a mini win streak. Other times you can level up early and instead play around a 3-cost 1-star that really fits well with your team. Both of these are very possible because of just knowing how leveling affects unit odds, and also knowing what units fit and don't fit on your board. But what about patch knowledge? Some games you want to preserve a lot of health and play aggressively. Other times you want to open fort and just maximize econ, and knowing what type of patch it is will help you decide how to play the early game and shift your thresholds for going for win streaks versus playing for lose streaks. Lastly, despite all the knowledge you have here, the state of the game is what affects you right now. If it's a win streak meta and you have a decent start, but then you scout around and see every single opponent is super strong, you just have to concede that sometimes and play for a lose streak instead, even though HP is very important on that particular patch. The opposite can also be true, where you can win streak with a highly mediocre board just because everyone else is too busy lose streaking and open forting, and you can get away with a win streak start without a strong opener. Obviously, for all 3 of these fundamentals, patch knowledge, and scouting, I'm just giving one example, but there are many other factors within these 3 points that you need to consider. However, once you combine all these 3 things that you just learned, you will improve your 2-1 decision making, which will lead to much easier games in the future because you'll just have your entire econ set up right as the game begins. Next, let's talk about level 8 versus level 9. This decision dictates your entire late game. Obviously, I'm not counting the straightforward situations like when you have everything upgraded at level 8. Obviously, you go level 9 after that because you have 0 reason to stay level 8. However, for most situations, you typically hit level 8 sometime during stage 4 if you're doing like standard leveling. But one thing to keep in mind is the decision to roll deep at level 8 or stay high econ and go level 9 will absolutely make or break your entire game, because starting in stage 4, your HP really matters. Damage during stage 4 is huge, and you can accidentally die out if you get too greedy to try to go to level 9. The same applies to stage 5. Luckily for you, the level 9 decision is pretty easy in most metas and patches, but people still do it wrong. If I could summarize this in like 1 or 2 sentences, it would be: if you are in a good spot to win the game, go level 9, and if you are not, try to stay level 8 and go for a top 4. That's literally what you should do for like 90% of scenarios. But how do we decide if we are in a good spot to win the game? I like to decide this by keeping track of how many times I've cursed in my head during that game. For example, did I get screwed by augments? Did I get my win streak griefed on stage 2-6? Did my opponents get their 4-cost carries without rolling? Do I best in slot items or just okay items? Did I lose every fight from weird fight RNG? When you're answering these questions, you'll be able to tell whether things were going in your favor or not this game. Go level 9, try to win, and if they didn't, just try to settle for a top 4. The last thing I want to cover is the IRL time efficiency to climbing, and a lot of players I know just kind of autopilot the game whenever they play, so even if they play all day, and I know people who have played like 500 or even 1,000 games in a set and they're just hard stuck the entire set, they do get better little by little, but it's at such a slow pace that everyone else outscales them throughout the set, and that's that's obviously not the way to do this if you want to be very efficient in your climb. Instead, what you need to do is kind of take a break from playing a little bit if you want to maximize your time. And the way to do that is to study the game outside of playing. For example, if you read a lot of guides, that is a good thing, but you can also go even further and learn stuff on your own outside of the game too. It's kind of like when you get a homework assignment and the teacher says do problems 1 through 7, and you're like, all right, sure. That's like reading the guide, right? Like you read your textbook and then you figure out how to do problems 1 through 7. But if you want to push this to the next level, you might go outside the textbook and learn more about that topic from other sources. And the equivalent of doing that is looking at TFT data, where before you play, you can essentially save yourself a lot of experimentation time. For example, if you're wondering how important Edge of Night is on Viego, you'll see that he's at a 3.26 when Edge of Night's in the game. But if you do not have an Edge of Night, it goes all the way down to 3.82. That's like a 0.56 difference in your placement. So yes, Edge of Night is super duper important, especially if you compare this to other items such as like Jeweled Gauntlet, which is another common item on Viego. It only goes from like a 3.59 all the way to like a 3.83. Like it's still good to have it, but it's not absolutely mandatory because you could replace it with other items. And essentially, when you check data, you don't have to spend 2 games to figure this out. 1, playing Viego with the Edge of Night, and 2, playing Viego without the Edge of Night. You just know based on checking the data. That way, in your future games, whenever you are playing around Viego, you know that you need to highly prioritize Edge of Night. Apart from data checking, what about like VOD reviewing? I know a lot of people who already do VOD reviewing, but they're doing it incorrectly as well. Many players just watch streams and VODs and try to study it, but don't really absorb anything at the end of the day. So even if you watch streamers like a couple hours a day or whatever, a lot of times you don't actually absorb any useful information, which is obviously not ideal, right? Like, of course you can watch stuff to like have fun or whatever, but if you're trying to maximize learning, it's not the best way to do it. Luckily, I have 2 tricks for you to get the most from VOD reviews. The first one is to only watch one player at a time. I don't care who it is, as long as they are much better than you, it's good enough. The reason why I say watch one player at a time is because many players have different playstyles and value comps and units very differently, so if you mix and match 2 different playstyles, you'll oftentimes play suboptimally by trying to combine them. It's kind of like having too many chefs in the kitchen. So unless you really know what you're doing, I would only stick to one player. My next tip is to not just watch the VOD, but play and pause with it. This means at the start of every single round, I want you to pause the game and say out loud exactly what you would do in that situation. And then after you lock in your final answer, you play the video out and see what they do. This is essentially like doing a homework problem while looking at the solutions at the back of the book right afterwards. And this method allows you to combine playing the games with VOD reviewing and increases your learning efficiency. If you do this at least once a day for a whole patch, and if you don't climb, I'll literally refund you the purchase price of this video. After all I've said this video, you still need to align whatever you learned with your actual goals. Again, not everyone is here to get Challenger or whatever, and not everyone here is even here to improve. So if you just want to get to maybe like gold or platinum, then you don't really need to do that much from this video if you don't want to. But if you want to seriously climb at TFT, then all these concepts will drastically shorten the time it takes to learn from a few sets to just a few weeks in some cases, and essentially shave off like months or even years of work. And of course, if you do want to get deeper into each of these topics, I do have other videos that cover this. For example, I mentioned the leveling guide. I come out with comp guides every single week. There's also like an hour-long item guide I've released recently, and I will be doing a lot more coaching throughout the set, so you definitely should be looking out for that. But I do sincerely hope this video helped you out a lot. Let me know what worked for you and what did not work for you. I don't know what that could even be, because all these tips, they've helped literally every single person I know. And let me know what's kind of missing, like what really accelerated your learning when you were trying to get better at TFT. But apart from that, that's gonna be it for me today. I hope to see you all in the next video.
This is Buckshot Roulette, a game all about shooting your friends. At the beginning of every round, a number of bullets are presented, some of them blanks, some of them live. They are then randomly shuffled into a shotgun, and players take turns shooting themselves or each other. If you choose to shoot yourself and it's a blank, you get to go again. Each player has a certain amount of lives. To help them win, all players are given an assortment of items. For example, the burner phone gives you information on a random bullet. The adrenaline allows you to steal one item from one of your opponents. The magnifying glass, which allows you to see your next shot. The beer can, which skips the next bullet. And the handsaw, which allows you to deal double damage with your next shot. Using all these items, let's see if I can find a way to come out on top. Let's go ahead and start it up. Let's go ahead and start it up.
Let's give it a shot here.
Let's go ahead and start it up.
I've been feeling pretty lucky lately.
Oh, we're at a European nightclub, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, this shit bumping.
Okay. I heard those are lit.
Dude, I'm trying to party in Europe before I die.
This looks scary.
Yeah, where the fuck are we?
There's
right
3
now?
rounds, baby. 4 lightning bolts means 4 lives.
Okay.
Is he scaring you? Is anyone else?
Yeah, this
No.
is
This is
scary.
kind of scaring me right
No,
now.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
Everyone click your box. Get your
I
stuff.
just
Get
did
your
a bump
stuff.
in the bathroom. I'm in it.
Wait, how do you take it?
Pick up your stuff and then put it on one of your slots. We all got little gadgets. Alright, everyone get your little stuff. Okay, count the 3 blanks, 3 live. Red are live, blues are blanks.
Okay,
Those
got
are
it.
blanks, okay.
He's giving me the creeps, guys.
You look like a mole.
Alright, so I start first. You can see the handle on my side. You
Okay.
can mouse over the items you have and it tells you what they do. Bring, bring, hello! Oh, is that so?
He just okay.
What did?
Got
He
it.
okay, he immediately threw it away. Okay.
Well, it's just my friend on the other side giving me some information about one of the rounds. But you guys don't know which round he gave me info for. Well, I'm gonna pick up the shotgun now. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm shooting Yvonne. Die! Ooh, it was a blank. I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. Okay. Carne Asada, it's your turn. You can use one of your tools, like the phone. I recommend the phone. And you can use as much tools as you want. Or you can just shoot someone.
I'm gonna shoot myself.
What?
Wait,
What?
don't shoot yourself.
kill
That's
yourself.
what for.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow. You're so brave. It's your turn. Carne Asada burrito.
Yeah.
Listen up. The
Yeah.
guy on the phone told me the 3rd shell was live. That means the next shot is guaranteed to be live.
What? Hey. Shut.
Oh, it's really live.
Oh
Wow.
god.
Way to rat her out earlier. That's payback.
Shut the fuck up, Yvonne. Oh god.
Oh, he sawed it off. That means it deals twice the much.
Bitch.
What, die?
That's what
No,
I
you just
fucking
got 2
thought.
lives left. Everyone has 4 lives.
Oh
Alright, you got 3 tools to help you with. You can use them or you can just shoot.
god. You know, there's someone at this table, Yvonne, that shot me, and I still hate you more.
Can I use 2 items at once?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, it's doing double damage.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what is that tool? What was that?
do?
What'd you
What
do?
did that
What'd she do?
What'd you
I
do?
don't know. Uh-oh.
I reversed the turn order.
Oh, wait, now I don't get to go. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she's looking
Uh-oh.
at you, Peter.
He's thinking.
50-50 chance.
Oh my god.
Get
He's
fucked.
fucking dead.
Fucking
He's back.
bitch.
Oh, he's back.
Do I not do double damage? How's he not
I
dead?
have 1 life left, you son of a bitch.
Alright, everyone,
More
look at your
gadgets.
lunchbox.
What the fuck?
That was not double damage.
That was. I went
That
from
was-
3
yeah.
to 1. Do you not know simple math?
Peter's at 1 life. Alright, we got fresh frack. 2 blanks for live.
4 live, 2 blanks. Okay.
Wait, I didn't get to go? Oh, is it because I ran out of shots?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, the magnifying glass. You can see what the next shot will be.
Does anyone want to say some really nice things about me?
I think you are cool
Sit-
and pretty and smart.
I was the only one who stood up for you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
While you
Yeah.
were gone.
just pull the fucking trigger, bitch.
Alright, hey, you said it.
He's fucking dead.
He's fucking dead.
Okay, so it's 3 live, 2 blanks. So it's still more likely to be a live than a blank. Mathematically, this whole thing would probably be easier with one less person in the picture. People, reversing turn order? So now we're going left. This way we skip Yvonne's turn. So that she doesn't have a chance to shoot us. Kill her! Die!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You messed up!
Take her out. You know what you must do.
Sid. I was the only one who didn't. We'll team up on him. Have you played Renegade before and Bang? You want to get us both
that
low,
was
and then you do the
Hey, who are you
finisher for
calling?
both of us.
I don't.
What did they say?
I didn't say anything.
I heard they said something.
I didn't say anything.
Whoa, hey, let's talk about this. Don't
Okay,
go.
I'm listening. Kind of. I can't really hear over the sounds of my dogs.
I think if we remove Yvonne from the equation, it will be easier for both of us.
No. Sid, think about it. Is it not easier to shave off lives of his together? And then you one hit both of us?
I can't follow the trigger. The voice is there.
Why did she?
Wait, Sydney, hey, well,
That was just
what?
a win-win for Toast. Sorry.
Wait, what's that tool? What are you doing? What does that calculator do? Hey, I've been telling you what things do. Don't look at me. Put the gun down. You are so dead. I am going to murder you. Wait, what is it?
Question.
Yeah.
Can the guy from the future lie to me?
No.
Really?
Yeah. He only tells the truth.
Ooh. Well, I have no information this time.
It's a blank.
Oh. Well, I knew that. That's why I shot you, because we're on the same team.
Wait, it skips my... Yvonne, did you make it so it skips my turn?
Yeah, I did.
It's a blank. It's a blank. You should shoot yourself.
This one's a blank?
Yeah.
Wasn't there like only 2 blanks?
But you used an inverter, remember?
Shoot him, Yvonne. Shoot
I
him.
did not use the inverter.
Get rid of him.
You fucking liar.
Yeah, you fucking liar.
You tried to gaslight me?
Oh, you better hope I don't find anything in my little box. Ooh,
Wait, so do
okay.
some people not get anything in the box?
I don't know, everyone gets stuff. What, you didn't get anything?
4 and 3. No. Well, you said I see. You were role playing. Okay, 4 and 3. Okay, 4 and 3.
4 and 3. Let me, hang on. I gotta call someone. Oh,
Careful, he
understood,
lies.
sir.
He lies.
Oh my god.
And let me go ahead and... Boop, what's in here? Oh, is that so? Alright, let me just go ahead and... ooh, I need to take the edge off real quick.
What's the magnifying
Shit,
glass?
so many gadgets. And
Yeah.
what's currently in the chamber.
And let me tell you, you're not gonna like it, Yvonne.
No. Oh.
No!
Oh my god.
He's
She's
always
fucking dead. Don't worry, Yvonne.
So he could kill me in games.
I'm gonna call my friend. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, don't trust that guy, he lies.
All right. Okay. And then okay, yes. So then, all right. Yep. Beep 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 boop boop.
Wait, there's no way that
And-
works to perma skip my turn, right?
Wait, does he actually lie?
No, he
got it.
doesn't.
Okay. Yep. And then this one. It's just you and me, buddy.
You think you're that confident? What? How many turns does it skip?
Oh, unlucky, buddy. I guess I'll just have to shoot you again. What the fuck? What the
No
fuck?
way!
Oh, looks like you should have killed him when you had the chance. So that was 2 blanks in a row, giving us 3-1 odds. I like those odds pretty well.
That's crazy.
Do you remember how many live rounds are left?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how poorly I played that. I don't know what this does, but I'm gonna use it.
You're inverting the shot.
And then I'm gonna do this. I don't know what that. Oh, okay. That doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference with 2
Okay.
of us left.
And then I'm gonna.
You know, statistically, it's more likely to be a blank than a live.
Ooh, I think I'm safe.
What the fuck?
Okay,
You
so
know, I fuck with the confidence though. I fuck with the confidence.
Because of that, that was a blank round turned into a live, which means the last 2 rounds are... Ooh, let me pop a beer real quick. Yeah, that's a live round. And this last one, also a live round.
I feel like Sid just lost her lives killing herself.
Yeah, I kind of threw. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of
Money. Alright, that was only round 1. You guys are learning. That was your first time for most of it.
I'm gonna just say, I just main tanked all that fucking aggro.
Yeah, you did. Oh.
What?
Ooh,
okay,
what's in my box? Ooh, a beer. More beer.
okay.
Ooh, too much
Dude,
beer.
I got 3 of the same thing.
Wait, that's good. He'll give you more information.
What is? Oh, this
That's
is the phone.
so
Oh,
much
this
Yeah,
is the
that's the
phone.
phone.
information.
What does the beer do?
It just ejects 1 shell.
Oh.
2 live, 1 blank.
Spooky.
Oh, Peter goes first. Peter, I want you to know I never shot at you.
Yep, it's true. Oh, got it.
What do you say?
Noted. Hey, what's up, man?
Oh.
I don't.
I feel like I'm
understand.
playing an underground game in the Matrix.
Hold on. Listen.
Uh-huh.
The 3rd round is a blank. Okay. So the current one is a no. All right, fine.
Well,
This one's a live round. This one's live.
it's a live round, huh?
Why?
You killed me last game.
That's
I'm
the
not
goal of the game. Don't take it personal.
Don't take
No, we
it
have to take
personal.
down the boys.
You were like eeny, meeny, money. Oh, like.
I'm not gonna
Are you
lie.
serious?
I'm surprised you believed me, Yvonne. I thought Sid would win you over there.
Oh. Oh. Wow.
Ooh, what's in the box? Ooh. Oh, 2 folds.
A lot of info. That's a lot.
Oh my
of
god,
info.
triple fold?
Whoa.
Triple
That's a
fold?
lot of info. That's a lot of fucking info.
4
blanks.
live.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hang on. Someone's
This is
calling me
toast.
on my cell phone.
Oh. They used to call him on his cell phone.
Alright, someone else is calling me on my cell phone.
God, he's
Okay.
so popular.
Yeah, my calls.
Yeah, someone else is calling me on my cell phone.
Again?
Was it 3 blanks or 4 blanks?
4 blanks, sir.
No.
Okay.
I would
Wow.
never lie to you.
I need to take out my biggest op.
True.
What's wrong?
Hey, how about we make a deal to not shoot each other, huh?
What the fuck? Okay, let's all
I
get
shot you for killing me last time.
Okay, now we're even.
Wait, what item did you just? You just stole my phone? I'm gonna let you do that?
Wow, you can steal things?
That's fucked up.
Oh,
shit. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Oh.
Wait, so if it's empty and you store double damage, does it do nothing?
Yeah. Please.
Fuck.
That this one is
Oh my
safe.
god. Thank god.
You double damage. You
Wait,
double
I'm
damage
so
yourself.
sorry.
You double damage yourself.
I'm so confused. Sid,
You double damage yourself.
confusing me.
I'm so.
Peter, don't use your phones. I have the info.
So
That was crazy. I'm so shocked.
What's up, man? Tell me.
I'm so
Tell me
shocked.
what's going on.
The next 2 shots are blanks.
He's throwing me
Oh,
off.
okay. Noted. Oh, oh my god.
Dumbass.
It still stresses me out. Ugh.
I don't have info on the next shot.
Yeah, how come you get to shoot twice?
When you shoot yourself and it's a blank, you keep your turn.
Oh.
Am I under? Wait, how many shots happened? Well, you get info on shells that you already.
I think it's starting now.
DEMACIA.
Okay.
Oh, it's not?
Oh.
No. I did a gamba there. I did a gamba.
It's gamble.
Yeah.
Okay, Yvonne, how about this? I'll cut you a deal. How about a truce?
Uh-huh. What is it?
I'll tell you your shot, but you can't use it on me.
Yvonne,
A
this
dumbass.
next
Did you tell
round,
me your shot though?
I could also tell you, Yvonne.
Oh, really?
I could
Yeah.
also tell you, Yvonne.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, they
Yeah.
also know.
Yeah. We all
We
know.
all know.
You're the only one that doesn't know.
I'm the only one that doesn't know?
I'll have you know though, I haven't shot you yet.
Wait, I could just look.
Well, but that would be a waste of your item because we
Oh,
did.
she
We
just used it.
could have just.
Oh,
yeah, we could have told. Remember how?
we all said
Remember
that
how we
knew
all
that we
knew?
were being able to lie about
Remember
it
when we all
because-
told you that we knew what this current
Yeah.
shell was?
Well,
Yeah.
It's okay. Well,
It's okay. No, it's
my
rude
bad.
of you
I
not
didn't
to
know.
trust any of us.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
why are you sawing that? Okay, Yvonne.
Yeah, what you doing?
What?
Don't.
Yeah, what?
If you shoot me,
Demacia!
you know I have to shoot you back. So why don't we just start a truce?
Yeah, shoot me then.
What? Oh. Oh, he doesn't